Hi everyone, my name is KenazF and this semester I interned with the Triangle Land Conservancy as the Education and Outreach intern. So basically, TLC's mission is just to protect natural habitats in the Triangle area with different nature preserves, different partnerships throughout the Triangle, and just connecting with people through land protection and stewardship. And a lot of what they do also includes education about these nature preserves and habitats in the Triangle area. So my roles and responsibilities as the education and outreach intern were largely to help and assist with events throughout the semester, which were largely education events. I was also responsible to create from scratch a lesson plan to teach on my own and lead a hike at the end of the semester. Regular events I attended were Pines meetings at Horton Grove Nature Preserve, which is in Raleigh. Pines is Pathways into Natural Environments and Science, and it's a partnership with Knightdale High School in Knightdale, North Carolina, and students apply and are selected to be part of a cohort for the whole semester and just learn more about nature and be more exposed to the outdoors. I also worked with the Hiking Challenge and Triangle Explorers participants. Hiking Challenge and Triangle Explorers were created throughout COVID to connect more um, people to the outdoors in a safe manner with their own families. So, Hiking Challenge was just a way to get people to visit the nature preserves, and they submit that proof and they can win prizes, such as this patch on the bottom left. And Triangle Explorers was more for kids, where they could do little activities and receive stickers, as you can see on the right. And those all go on a postcard. And once that's completed, they can also receive a prize. And two big events that I assisted with and helped with were Wild Ideas, which was in February at the North Carolina Science Museum in Raleigh. And it was a huge event with different partners and like basically a huge exposition. And we had a huge turnout, which was really great. And then this past Earth Day, we held a star party where we partnered with the Raleigh Astronomy Club and were able to have people visit the Three Bears Nature Preserve, which I'm really grateful for because it's a private preserve and I hadn't visited it before. And people just got to like learn about different organizations that we partnered with and then do a star party at the end. Different skills I gained. I was really grateful that I was able to attend trail guide trainings, more so as an observer. Some of the trainings I attended involved identifying plants, different birds, and historical knowledge of land. So Horton Grove is a nature preserve in Bahama, North Carolina, so kind of close to Durham. And I was really grateful that I got to just learn about the history of enslaved people there and the nature preserve and the history behind it. I also worked largely with managing and directing volunteers, specifically at the Earth Day Star Party, and I worked with those external partners to make sure they could attend the event. And lastly, through Hiking Challenge and Triangle Explorers, I worked with a Google Sheet, and I also worked on WordPress to create events for just for publishing for the public. Different deliverables. So these are the spreadsheets I worked with Triangle Explorers. A lot of it was just keeping track of what prizes people had, like when it was mailed out, making sure that everything is like kept up to date so it's not confusing for the next person that takes over this. Those were just a few examples. I also was planned scheduled to host my hike and my lesson plan by myself. Unfortunately, it was canceled the first time because of Easter weekend, and we had no registrants, and I sadly didn't get any registrants the second time around, which was a little disappointing, but I am grateful that I got to do this research still, and like I learned a lot myself. I was doing a hike focused on diversity and inclusion and the privilege of being able to be exposed to nature and the outdoors in a fun way. So the itinerary was just going to be including like introductions. It was catered for students 8 to 10 years old. We were going to go around Holman Loop, which is in Horton Grove, named after the Holman family, which was an enslaved family. I was going to lead an activity through of a diversity flower where people write diverse aspects of themselves on a flower. Um, Talk about the medicinal plants that were used during the enslaved era of Horton Grove, go through a land acknowledgement of the Native American groups that were there before, and do a word choice activity, which we did during a trail guide training about the history of Horton Grove. And I really liked it. I kind of watered it down for children to be able to pick through it. What I found was really important was that when talking about enslaved people, it's the word choice is really important to not take away the fact that they were still humans. So like instead of saying slaves, you would say an enslaved person. And another example would be that Mary Walker ran from Stagville and said she was able to liberate herself because she was in fact enslaved. These are different photos from events. On the left is Three Bears Nature Preserve when we had the star party. In the middle is from Wild Ideas, and on the right is as well. That was the program itinerary. And then something I thought that was really cool at the Museum of Science was that people were able to share their stories, and there was like a big section of different like details about race in relations to history and science. And also a special thank you to my mentor, Kayla. I had a great time getting to know her this semester and getting to work with her, and I really appreciate everything she did for me. Thank you.